Have you ever had that feeling, like you're being watched?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe you just kind of dismiss it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just me being nervous.
Yeah.
But what if that feeling was actually like a warning?
Ooh.
Today, we're going deep on some listener tales from the Morbid podcast. And specifically, we're going to be looking at stories about close calls with crime.
Okay.
So things like home invasions and attempted kidnappings.
Interesting. These stories are intense.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're raw and emotional.
Yeah.
And sometimes surprisingly funny.
Yeah, it's funny because you don't want to think about these kinds of things happening,
Yeah.
but it's important to be aware,
Right.
And these stories really highlight that.
Yeah. And how we react in a crisis.
Oh, totally.
Do we freeze? Do we fight?
Right.
Or do we find some way to outsmart the danger?
Totally. And that's what we're going to be talking about today.
All right, let's do it.
So to kick things off, we have a story that takes us back to the summer of 1977 in Cicero, Illinois.
All right.
And there's this family with 5 young boys living in this small bungalow.
Okay.
So just picture, classic summer scene, kids playing in the basement,
Yeah.
maybe a game of hide and seek,
Right.
and they're just, completely oblivious to the world outside.
Oblivious. Yeah.
But that's about to change.
Oh, no.
Because a man breaks this small basement window
Oh, wow.
and pulls 5-year-old Bobby out.
Oh, my gosh.
So can you imagine, being one of those brothers,
Yeah.
witnessing, your sibling just being taken right in front of you?
I mean, just the panic
To panic.
could be overwhelming.
They run upstairs to their mother,
Yeah.
who's obviously in shock.
It's like every parent's worst nightmare.
I know.
That moment when you realize your child is in danger and you're not there.
And you can't protect them.
Yeah.
So the police are called.
Right.
Everyone gathers outside.
Yeah.
And as they're waiting,
Uh-huh.
the brothers point to their elderly neighbor,
Oh.
who's just calmly sitting in his backyard enjoying a drink.
Oh, okay.
And guess who's sitting next to him?
Oh, no. Is this where it gets scary?
It's Bobby,
Oh.
also with the drink in hand.
Oh, my goodness.
So it turns out
What?
that the elderly neighbor wasn't quite all there,
Oh.
and he just wanted some company.
Oh, bless his heart.
And the family ended up placing him in a nursing home,
Okay.
for the care that he needed.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So what seemed like a kidnapping turned out to be just a misunderstanding,
Totally a misunderstanding.
fueled by assumptions
Yeah.
and a lack of awareness.
About the neighbor's mental state.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it really leaves us with this lingering question.
Mm.
Did the neighbor actually grab Bobby?
Yeah.
Or was Bobby willingly, offered up by his brothers,
As a playmate.
just for the afternoon?
Oh, my God.
And the siblings actually still debate this to this day.
Wow, so it's like a family mystery.
Totally a family mystery.
Yeah.
And it's a reminder that sometimes, even in the most frightening situations,
Yeah.
there can be elements of humor
Yeah,
and absurdity.
totally.
Yeah. So our next story takes us to Antioch, California,
Okay.
in the early 90s.
All right.
We hear from Devin,
Okay.
who recalls this strange encounter with a woman and 2 girls.
Okay.
She was playing alone in her front yard
Yeah.
when this woman stops by her gate.
Okay.
And already
Uh-huh.
something feels off.
Right, because there's often that disconnect between the innocence of childhood and the sinister intentions of adults.
So true. Yeah.
Children are naturally trusting,
Right.
and that makes them vulnerable.
And Devin notices that the older girl never looks at her.
Oh, wow.
And the woman keeps touching her arm,
Okay.
which, even at that age,
Yeah.
sets off alarm bells in her mind.
Yeah, like something's not right.
The woman asks if Devin wants to play with her daughters and even suggests setting up a play date.
So this is that classic tactic
Yeah.
that predators use.
Like the grooming.
Yeah, they try to establish a connection,
Right.
build trust, make the
Right.
child feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But they're masking their true intentions
Exactly.
the whole time.
Thankfully, Devin's mom appears just in time
Okay, good.
and tells her to get away from the fence.
Oh, good.
And the woman and girls quickly leave.
Okay.
Years later,
Yeah.
Tev sees a news report
Uh-huh.
and learns that the woman was Nancy Garrido,
Oh, wow.
and one of the girls was J.C. Dugard,
KCD guard. Yeah.
who had been kidnapped
Yeah.
and held captive for 18 years.
It sends chills down your spine, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh, it's terrifying.
To think you were that close
I know.
to such a horrific crime.
And it gets even more unsettling
Oh, no.
because J.C. was found just 8 houses away.
What?
From where Devin grew up.
Oh my gosh. That's so scary.
So this story is particularly haunting.
Yeah.
Because it highlights the randomness of these events.
It could have been anyone's child.
It really could have.
Yeah.
And it underscores the importance of listening to our intuition.
Yeah.
Trusting those gut feelings.
Yeah.
Even if we can't, fully articulate them.
Totally.
Because sometimes that unease we feel is our subconscious trying to warn us.
Trying to tell us something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now let's shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
To a different kind of close call.
All right.
One that might resonate with a lot of our listeners.
Okay.
Home invasion.
Okay.
So this story is titled F. Kevin, and not in the fun way.
Okay.
And it features Molly, who was out of town with her then-boyfriend visiting family.
Okay.
And they left their cats
at
their apartment in Virginia.
Okay.
And they had a cat sitter
Yeah.
coming in once a day.
So pretty standard.
Yeah, pretty standard arrangement for pet owners.
It seems so routine. Yeah.
Almost mundane.
Yeah, totally.
But that sense of normalcy is about to be shattered.
When they return home,
Yeah.
Molly's boyfriend notices that the door is unlocked.
Ooh.
And they initially kind of brush it off.
Yeah.
But then they start noticing that things are missing.
Like what?
So a passport,
Right.
a checkbook,
Yeah.
and this small box
Uh-huh.
containing the diamond for Molly's engagement ring.
Oh my gosh.
So talk about...
So not only the violation of
I know.
of that, but also just the theft
Yeah.
of something with so much sentimental value.
Yeah, it was devastating. So Molly immediately plugs in their security camera
Okay.
and starts reviewing the footage.
Yeah.
And she's heartbroken to see her cats reacting with fear because they realize it wasn't their parents coming home.
Oh, I can't even imagine the emotional impact of seeing your pets terrified like that.
I know. And to make matters worse, the camera doesn't capture the intruders' faces.
Because it was pointed towards the floor to monitor the cats.
Yeah.
However,
Okay.
Molly notices something crucial.
Okay. What's that?
The intruders pick up the note that she left for the cat sitter, read it aloud to each other,
Oh my gosh.
and laugh.
Oh, that's so callous.
I know.
It's like they're reveling in the violation.
Yes.
Mocking her efforts to care for her pets.
I know. It's enraging.
What kind of people do that?
Right. So Molly reports this to the police,
Okay.
along with the fact that the cat sitter hadn't locked the deadbolt.
Okay.
And the cat sitter is later cleared of any involvement,
Okay.
but deemed simply incompetent.
Oh, wow.
But Molly isn't giving up.
Okay.
She becomes obsessed with this footage,
Right.
scrutinizing every detail.
Okay.
And you won't believe what she discovers.
I'm on the edge of my seat. Tell me.
She manages to find audio
Okay.
on the footage,
Okay.
and it's staticky and hard to hear.
Yeah.
But with persistence, she hears one of the intruders say, "Hey, Kevin, there's a camera here, idiot."
Oh, my God.
So they basically revealed their own name
Oh.
on camera.
Unbelievable.
They basically handed Molly the evidence that she needed.
Sometimes justice hinges
I know.
on the smallest details.
Totally.
A slip of the tongue.
Yeah.
A moment of carelessness.
Totally.
It's almost poetic.
It is poetic. And in this case, it was Kevin's undoing.
Yeah.
So it turns out the police had been investigating him for months in connection with other robberies.
Yeah, okay.
But they didn't have enough evidence
To convict him.
to convict him.
Yeah.
So this audio was the missing piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
So a warrant is issued,
Okay.
and Kevin is arrested for multiple felony robberies.
What a satisfying turn of events.
I know.
Molly's persistence and attention to detail
I know.
paid off.
Totally paid off.
It's amazing.
She basically cracked the case.
I know.
Unfortunately, the diamond was never recovered. But luckily, her boyfriend had it insured.
Okay, good.
They both get called to testify in court.
Okay.
But sadly, Molly doesn't get her moment on the stand.
After all that effort, she deserved her day in court.
Totally. So Molly and her boyfriend eventually moved back to her hometown in Pennsylvania to be closer to family after her mom passed away.
Okay.
And she invests heavily in a home security system.
Understandably so.
Understandably so.
Given what happened.
Given what happened.
Yeah.
And the experience left her
Yeah.
with this lasting sense of unease.
Right.
But she and her cats,
Yeah.
now living in a new house, are doing okay.
It's remarkable how resilient people can be.
Totally.
Even after such violating experiences.
It's amazing.
The human spirit really is indomitable.
It is. Now get ready for this next story. It's a wild ride.
All right.
It's titled, "The Time a Demonic Man Parkoured His Way into My Apartment."
Okay, that title alone has piqued my curiosity.
I know, right?
Let's hear it.
So we hear from Eli,
Okay.
who in her early 20s moved to Montreal for love.
Okay.
And she's living in this large apartment building.
Yeah.
When one night around 1 a.m.,
Okay.
she hears this strange yelling.
Okay, already this sounds creepy.
Yeah.
1 a.m., an alleyway.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
Right. So Eli, being the curious soul she is, peeks out her window.
Yeah.
And she sees this man.
Okay.
Running towards her building, yelling in this language she's never heard before.
Oh, wow.
And it's described as demonic.
Okay.
And chilling.
Yeah.
Then a police car with sirens blaring appears,
Oh, my gosh.
chasing after the man.
So we've got a chase scene unfolding.
Yes.
This is getting interesting.
Oh, it gets crazier.
Okay.
So this man trying to escape the police jumps onto this small retaining wall. And then, you ready for this?
Yeah.
He leaps up and grabs onto her balcony.
Oh, wow.
Which is good 15, 20 feet up.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
He scaled a 2-story balcony.
I know.
With his bare hands.
With his bare hands.
That's incredible.
It is incredible.
What was he running from?
We don't know.
Yeah.
But it must have been pretty serious.
Right.
To pull off a stunt like that.
Yeah, to go through all that effort.
So Eli, not one to be caught off guard, grabs an 8-inch blade.
What?
That she keeps by her bed.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I'm starting to sense a theme here.
Yes.
Remember, Molly?
Yes.
With the security footage.
Yes.
And now Eli, armed and ready.
Seems like these women are not going to be passive victims.
Exactly.
So this man, still yelling in that unsettling language, manages to break through her balcony door.
Oh, my gosh.
And starts ramming.
Oh, wow.
On the inner door. And Eli, holding her knife, yells.
Okay.
Don't try me.
I love her already.
Right.
She's fearless. It makes you wonder what goes through someone's mind in that moment.
Yeah.
Is it pure adrenaline?
Yeah.
Some primal instinct to survive?
Probably a mix of everything.
Yeah.
Fear, anger.
Yeah.
A determination to protect yourself.
Totally.
So the man stops yelling.
Okay.
Briefly surveys the situation.
Yeah.
Then jumps over her coffee table and flees
Oh, my God.
out the front door,
Oh, wow.
resuming his demonic screaming.
He just gave up.
He just gave up
Oh, my God.
in the hallway.
Wow.
But here's the kicker.
Okay.
Instead of staying put, Eli runs out into the hallway after him.
No.
Demanding to know who's going to pay for her broken door.
This woman is a force of nature.
I know.
Oh, my gosh.
And it gets even better.
What?
Remember how Eli grabbed that 8-inch blade? Well, as she's confronting the intruder, she realizes she's only wearing red panties.
Oh my gosh, the story just keeps getting wilder.
So the police arrive,
Yeah.
apprehend the screaming man,
Yeah.
and then one officer checks on Eli, who casually places her knife on the ground and puts her hands up.
Oh my God.
And she gives a brief statement to the police, all while trying to cover herself with a throw blanket.
This is pure comedic gold.
I know.
I can just picture the scene.
And here's the best part.
Okay.
Throughout this entire ordeal, Eli's boyfriend stays sound asleep in bed.
Oh my God.
And when he finally wakes up, his only question is, what language was that?
No way. He slept through all of that.
I know.
That's some serious sleep.
And Eli simply replies, no idea, but I think it was satanic.
Oh my God.
And then her boyfriend rolls over and goes back to sleep.
Eli definitely takes the award.
Yeah.
For the most unflackable roommate.
She does.
Ever. It's amazing how some people can sleep through anything.
It's incredible.
Meanwhile, others are wide awake, facing down intruders in their underwear.
In their underwear.
Talk about a contrast in personalities.
I know, right? That's Eli for you.
Oh, my God.
Always ready for anything.
Wow.
And speaking of being ready, our next story showcases someone who took preparedness to a whole new level.
Okay.
It's titled, A True Morbid Angel.
Okay.
And comes from a listener named Nicole.
All right.
She writes in to share this terrifying close call
Okay.
that she experienced in her own home.
A morbid angel, you say?
Yes.
I'm intrigued. What makes her an angel?
Well, you'll see.
Okay.
So Nicole was home alone,
Okay.
relaxing and watching a movie. It was around 10 p.m.
Okay.
and she was feeling pretty tired.
Yeah.
So she decided to head to bed.
Okay.
And as she's getting ready, she hears her doorbell ring.
Okay, that's a little unnerving,
Yeah.
especially late at night. I'm
Yeah.
sure we've all been there,
Yeah.
debating whether to ignore it or see who it could be.
Right. And Nicole wasn't expecting anyone,
Okay.
so she ignored it,
Yeah.
figuring it was probably just a solicitor
Yeah.
or someone at the wrong address.
It's that feeling of, I don't want to deal with this right now.
You don't want to deal with this.
Especially when you're already cozy in bed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But a few minutes later,
Yeah.
she hears another ring,
Uh-oh.
followed by aggressive knocking.
Ah.
So this isn't a friendly neighbor borrowing a cup of sugar anymore.
Yeah, now that's concerning.
Right.
It's escalating beyond a simple mistake.
Yeah.
It's that shift
Yeah.
from a minor annoyance
Yeah.
to a potential threat.
Totally.
Yeah.
Nicole's heart starts racing,
Yeah.
and she peeks out her bedroom window
Yeah.
to see who's at the door.
Okay.
And she describes seeing this man
Uh-huh.
wearing a hooded sweatshirt
Yeah.
with the hood pulled up
Okay.
to obscure his face.
That's a major red flag right there.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone trying to hide their identity
Totally.
at your door that late at night is bad news.
Yeah, completely agree. And Nicole's instincts are screening danger.
Yeah.
And she knows she can't just ignore this.
Right.
So her house has an alarm system.
Okay.
So she quickly arms it,
Okay.
hoping that the loud siren
Yeah.
will scare the intruder away.
A smart move.
Yeah.
Using the alarm as a deterrent.
Yeah.
You know, it's a way of announcing
Totally
that
is.
she's not an easy target.
Yeah,
That she's prepared.
exactly. But the intruder doesn't budge.
Oh, no.
Instead, he starts banging on the door even harder,
Oh, wow.
yelling obscenities.
This is where it gets
Yeah.
truly frightening.
Yeah.
You know he's not deterred
No.
by the alarm, by the
Right.
potential consequences.
Yeah.
That level of aggression
Right.
is unsettling.
Yeah, it suggests a level of desperation
Yeah.
or even a more sinister motive.
Yeah, maybe.
So Nicole knows she needs to call for help.
Yeah.
So she dials 911.
Okay.
And as she's on the phone with the operator,
Yeah.
she hears this loud crash.
Oh, no.
The intruder has kicked in her front door.
Oh, wow. He's actually breaking in.
I know.
This is the stuff of nightmares.
So Nicole's terrified,
Yeah.
but she stays on the line
Good.
with the operator
Yeah.
describing what's happening,
Yeah.
providing her address.
Okay.
And she can hear the intruder moving around downstairs,
Oh, gosh.
ransacking her living room.
Yeah.
And the operator keeps assuring her
Yeah.
that police are on their way.
Those moments waiting for the police
I know.
must feel like an eternity.
I know.
No.
Yeah.
Knowing that the intruder's in your house,
Yeah.
violating your space,
Yeah.
it's a feeling of helplessness
Yeah.
and vulnerability.
I can't even imagine. So Nicole's trapped upstairs with the dangerous intruder downstairs.
Yeah.
And she knows
Yeah.
that she needs to find a way to protect herself.
Okay.
So she grabs her phone
Okay.
and a heavy decorative vase,
Okay.
just in case she needs to defend herself.
That's quick thinking.
Yeah.
You know, using whatever she can find
Yeah.
as a weapon.
Yeah.
It speaks to her resilience.
Totally.
You know, her refusal
Yeah.
to be a passive victim.
She's a true morbid angel.
I love it.
So she barricades herself in her bedroom,
Okay.
pushing furniture against the door,
Okay.
and then she hears sirens approaching.
Oh, thank goodness.
The police have arrived.
Finally, a moment of relief.
Yes, the cavalry has arrived.
The cavalry has arrived.
So the intruder, realizing he's been caught,
Yeah.
tries to escape through the back door,
Okay.
but the police are waiting for him.
Okay, good.
So they apprehend him
Yeah.
and take him into custody. And it turns out
Yeah.
he was a known criminal
Oh, wow.
with a history of violence.
So not just a random break-in,
What?
but a potentially very dangerous situation.
Totally.
Huh.
It makes you think, what if she hadn't had that alarm system?
Right.
What if she hadn't been prepared
Yeah, exact.
to defend herself?
Yeah. It's a chilling thought.
It was a chilling thought. So Nicole was incredibly lucky
Yeah.
that she had an alarm system
Yeah.
and was able to call for help.
Right.
And the police actually praised her
Oh, wow.
for her quick thinking and bravery.
Good.
They said she did everything right.
It's a reminder that we can never be too careful when it comes to our safety.
Totally.
And it's important to have a plan.
Yeah.
In case something like this happens.
It's not about living in fear.
Yeah.
It's about being empowered.
Exactly.
Taking control of our safety.
These stories have been intense, haven't they?
They have.
I mean, from a confused neighbor to a potential kidnapper, a home invasion, and even a demonic parkour expert.
I know. We've covered a lot of ground tonight.
A lot of ground.
Yeah.
What stands out to you from these close calls?
I think just the resilience and resourcefulness of the people in these stories.
They faced some terrifying situations.
I know.
But they found ways to protect themselves
and
ultimately survive.
It's inspiring.
It's inspiring, really.
It is inspiring.
Yeah.
And it really highlights the importance of trusting our instincts, being prepared, and knowing how to react in a crisis.
But it's also about finding humor in the darkness.
Yeah.
About celebrating those moments of absurdity that remind us that even in the face of danger, life can be strange and unpredictable, you know.
Okay, let's unpack some key takeaways from these stories and discuss how we can apply them to our own lives. So we've heard stories of narrow escapes, quick thinking, and even a few laughs along the way.
Right.
But what can we actually take away from these experiences?
Well, I think one of the most powerful takeaways is the importance of trusting our gut instincts.
Oh, totally.
In almost every story, the person sensed something was off.
Even if they couldn't explain it at the time.
Exactly.
You're absolutely right. Like, Devin, noticing the strange behavior of the woman and the older girl at the fence.
Yeah.
Or Molly realizing the door was unlocked.
Right.
And then discovering that items were missing.
Right.
Those subtle cues, those feelings of unease, they're often our subconscious warning system.
Exactly. Our instincts are a powerful tool honed over generations of survival.
Totally.
If something feels wrong, it probably is. Don't dismiss those feelings, even if they seem irrational at the time.
Right.
It's better to err on the side of caution.
It's like that old saying, better safe than sorry.
Exactly.
And these stories definitely reinforce that.
Yeah, for sure.
Another takeaway, I think, is the importance of being prepared.
Oh, absolutely.
Both mentally and practically.
Yeah, having an alarm system, knowing how to use it, and having a plan in case of a break-in can make a huge difference.
It's about taking those proactive steps to create a safer environment for ourselves and our loved ones.
And it's not just about the big things like alarm systems.
Right.
It's also about those everyday safety habits that we often overlook.
Oh, yeah.
So locking doors and windows, being aware of our surroundings, not sharing personal information with strangers.
Totally.
These small actions can have a big impact on our overall safety.
Yeah.
It's easy to get complacent, especially when we feel safe in our routines.
Totally.
But these stories are a stark reminder that we need to be vigilant even in seemingly safe environments.
What about Eli's story?
Oh, yeah, Eli.
What can we learn from her experience? She didn't exactly have an alarm system.
Right.
Or a carefully crafted safety plan?
Well, apart from the fact that she's an absolute badass.
She is.
Her story highlights the importance of being resourceful.
Yeah.
And thinking on your feet.
Totally.
You never know what kind of situation you'll find yourself in.
Right.
So it's important to be adaptable and able to improvise.
Right. She didn't hesitate.
No.
To grab that knife and confront the intruder.
Even in her underwear.
I know.
She was ready to defend herself.
Amazing.
Now, of course, we're not saying that everyone should arm themselves.
Right.
But it's important to be aware of your options.
Yeah.
And be prepared to act decisively if necessary. Right.
Sometimes that split-second decision can make all the difference.
And Eli's story also, I think, underscores the unpredictable nature of these situations.
You never know what's going to happen or how you're going to react until you're in the moment.
Exactly.
That's why it's so important to mentally rehearse different scenarios and think about how you would respond.
Totally.
It could mean the difference between freezing up and taking action.
Yeah. So what does this all mean for us, the listeners?
Right.
We've heard these stories.
Yeah.
We felt the fear and the adrenaline.
Right.
But how do we translate that into tangible actions?
I think it's a call to action.
Yeah.
To take our safety seriously.
Right.
Assess your own home security.
Yeah.
Talk to your family.
Yeah.
About emergency plans.
Yeah.
And be more mindful of your surroundings.
Totally.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
The more we know about these situations,
right,
the better equipped we are.
Yeah.
To prevent them.
Yeah.
Or respond effectively.
And don't underestimate the power of community.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Look out for your neighbors.
Yeah.
Report suspicious activity.
Right.
And share these stories to raise awareness.
Absolutely.
You can all play a part in creating safer communities.
Totally. It's about creating a culture of awareness and support where we look out for one another and don't hesitate to speak up if something seems amiss.
Before we wrap up, I have one final thought for you to ponder.
Okay.
We've heard stories about close calls with crime.
Right.
But what about those close calls?
Yeah.
We might not even be aware of.
Ooh, interesting.
Those times when something could have happened, but thankfully didn't.
It makes you wonder, how many times have we unknowingly avoided a dangerous situation? Yeah. That's a fascinating question to consider.
It reminds us that while we should be prepared, we also shouldn't live in fear.
Right.
There's a balance to be struck between awareness and enjoying life to the fullest.
Exactly. Be aware.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
Yeah.
But don't let fear control your life.
Right.
Trust your instincts.
Yeah.
Be resourceful.
Yeah.
And remember,
you're
stronger than you think.
And if you've had your own close call or unsettling experience, share your story.
Totally.
You never know, it might help someone else be more aware or even save a life.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into listener tales of close calls.
Stay safe out there.
Stay safe out there. And until next time, keep exploring the world with curiosity and an open mind.